Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones mod Let's Play. So, I've been thinking, and the viewership on this particular series has been declining a bit, so I'm going to do a couple more episodes of this particular series, up to about episode 40, and then we'll kind of see where it's at there, and if the viewership is continuing to fall off, I might put a pause on this series and we'll play a different game and come back to it as we've done in the past. Or if things kind of pick back up again, then we'll just continue on business as usual. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep things moving on the channel. There's been a lot of stagnation lately, and this series has been going on for a long time, obviously 40 episodes, or nearly 40 episodes. This should be like 38. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, so we got stuff to do. We were trying to grab some claims on this particular area here because there's no High Lord over these, only the Lord Paramount. And then we were also keeping an eye on this too. We were going to grab these two. We already have this one. Let's see, what else do we have going on? We're trying to like pry Seal Shore out from under the Boltons, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. It looks like we're also, oh right, we're trying to assassinate our heir's current betrothed, who is an awful character. We don't want them to marry, so we're trying to intervene there. And I think that's about it for recap, so let's go ahead and jump in. Let's get the clock rolling here. And while we do that, I would just like to remind you guys to hit that like button if you are enjoying the series so far. It's the best way to let me know that you are watching and enjoying the series, and that I should keep going. And then don't forget to subscribe as well. Helps the channel grow, and it's also a great way to follow along with this series or any other series on the channel that you might enjoy. So, Benjen, the Master at Arms, seeks to replace Lord Winton and become regent. I mean, you are more loyal than Winton, so that's not a terrible idea, but like, Winton's not that loyal. I don't have a treasure? When did that happen? Let's see. Who do we want to give it to? Give it to Arrendell. I don't know if that'd be enough to put him into the green, though. And Florian. Huh. I think he was my treasurer, and when our brother got imprisoned, this slot emptied, and I think I switched those around. You know what? I think a treasure is more important than a castellan. So, is it possible to grab him? No, it's not. So I guess we'll just give it to Arrendell since he's the best option that we have. And we'll get the clock moving again. So we are working on a claim in Arrendell currently. We were at what, 102% here? Yeah, 102%. Benjen has been a leal and able servant. Yeah, he has. So we'll reward him. Ruler's unmarried, we know that. High Lordship of Last Hearth, not interested in creating that title. Lord Raventree. As Lord Protector Gorgon Rollingford left no blood relatives as heir to the Iron Throne, a great council must be held to determine who shall inherit the kingdom. I bid you join us in King's Landing so we can vote for a new sovereign. Very interesting. I'll travel at once. That's pretty interesting indeed. So who do we want to back? All the lords and nobles have arrived in King's Landing for the Great Council. The leading candidates for the throne of the Iron Throne have had their say and been discussed at length. Now, all those present will choose their sides. So, we have Sir Olivar of Duran, or of Duran's Point, who is a Martell with a very bad bowl cut, and he's got like that chocolate milk thing going on too that we saw last episode. We have Janara Targaryen, who looks very much to be a Targaryen. She's kind of old though. Does she have an heir? I guess technically she does. Samela Targaryen, who's not a very good character and also not married with no children. So that bloodline is pretty short. Or I can vote for her directly. And then we have Cal Pixqui Viserys, who's also of Targaryen blood. He's not a very good character, but it looks like his bloodline is a lot more secure. Interesting. So he's a vassal of the Aztec Empire, which I can't believe that happened in this playthrough. That was kind of hilarious. But yeah, this guy has plenty of children who are married and have children of their own. So the bloodline seems pretty strong here, although... House Ampkins, huh? That's interesting. I'm going to vote for him. I don't know, he makes the most sense. The Great Council of the Nobles of the Iron Throne has concluded, and Viserys Targaryen has been backed as the heir to the Empire. Was he... Oh, that's the guy I voted for, right? Interesting. I thought he had a different name before. That's strange. That is the guy I voted for, because those are his children that we were just looking at, but I don't recall that being his name. I thought it was, he got 49 votes. Wow, he killed it. Right, well, we've got a new king. All hail his grace. Long live the king, I guess. I don't really care. To the noble Lord Harlan, you should be happy to know that I, King Viserys III, will be holding a coronation ceremony in the great sept of the faith in my honor, with the blessing of His Holiness the High Septon. You have received the honor to be invited to attend the ceremony, which will be held soon in King's Landing. I shall attend. I mean, I did vote for him after all. Okay, none of this seems to be all that important to me. Castle had to ask permission from his liege Lord Paramount Roose in order to be able to challenge me to a duel. Honor dictates that I must now accept this challenge. How old is my heir? 14. Huh. I'll accept. We slowly circle each other, tense and focused. You scan him for any signs of weakness, any opening in his defense that we could possibly exploit. He's significantly better at melee or at combat than we are. Why does he hate me so much? He's a rival, huh? In what way is he a rival to us? Like, he is not at all related, as far as I can tell. He doesn't have claims on anything that we have claims on. That's kind of strange. It just like randomly decided that this guy is a rival of mine. I don't know. This didn't go very well for us last time, but we'll play defensively here. As you and Damon engage, you slip up. See, like, I find that one funny. That sounds like the defensive option to me. Like, we're gonna wait for him to make a mistake, but then we always end up being the one to make the mistake. So I don't understand the logic there. But he strikes and tries to take advantage, so we have to defend ourselves. He overwhelms our defense, and with a mighty blow sends you sprawling to the ground. Dodge him. He strikes, but we roll just in time, taking no more than a flesh wound. You force yourself back to your feet and hold your weapon ready. We are wounded, though. Okay, he won't even manage to touch me. It's not much, but it's all we need. Strike. We easily break through his guard and knock him to the ground. He lies sprawled at your feet, completely at your mercy. What's he gonna do? He drops his weapon and yields. I will accept your yield. Fight's over. He lies defeated. We have won. We got a bunch of prestige from that, so that's cool. Honestly, I didn't care if we lost and died. I mean, that just means that we get rid of this sucky character sooner. Patience is a virtue, but sometimes it gets on my nerves. My kinsman Duncan never loses his temper, always waiting patiently for a chance to retaliate. I'm good with patience. Patience is a virtue after all. And very, very rare in children. So he is the Lord of Shadowmoor, that's right. That's why we took him under our wing, because we had to banish his mother. Whoa, that's interesting. So are they allowing slavery? I wonder if we can see more about that here. I don't think it's going to show us anything. Interesting, though. As far as I know... Oh, okay. The Aztec Reformation. The ancient Aztec religion is proving unable to withstand the onslaught of the cross and the moon. Rather than abandoning the old ways... who is this? I guess he's the Emperor? I'm going to assume that that title is effectively Emperor. So Emperor Miztli of the Aztec Empire and the most powerful priests have decided to reform the Aztec faith with codified rites, a holy scripture, and a strict church hierarchy under a single leader. They hope that the reformed Aztec faith is better armed to fight back against the weak and effeminate foreign beliefs. I don't understand how they're effeminate, but okay. It cracks me up that the Aztecs are the greatest threat to Westeros at the moment. It looks like their lands are pretty fractured, though. Oh, cool. So we got that claim in Arrendell. He has accepted his coronation. So, it looks like we can now move on Arrendell. Okay, so Lord Roos has banished Hallis Pete and Arena Castle. Right. So let's grab our Justicar. And you can start claiming... What about Breakstone Hill next? Shadowmoor is already under our domain, so we don't need to claim that. Lord Harmon, you don't like me already, so this is not going to be a very difficult choice for me. Actually, what's your military strength? Less than 1,000. Wow, that's not going to do a lot for you. Okay, so we've got that going. We'll just call in our own levies here because that's all we will really need. And then we'll just join up in Lastarth, and from there we'll march to Shadowmoor. Okay, we're in command currently. Apparently she was re-imprisoned. Huh. I don't know, maybe those are just out of order. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out who we want to give this to. We've had a pretty difficult time finding loyal vassals recently, so it's gonna be difficult to find somebody worthy of giving this to. I mean, obviously we're not gonna let the current guy keep it because he already didn't like us, and he's certainly not gonna like us after this. I need to make sure also that I am commanding the center of the army so that I take any of the prisoners that we get, because I want to be able to decide what happens there. I hate being in situations like we've been in the past where the prisoners end up going to one of my vassals and I can't really do anything to punish them, which is extremely frustrating. Especially in the case of like in White Harbor, where we had Lord Garrus constantly coming back and reclaiming it, where if we had taken him prisoner, we could have just executed him and been done with it once and for all. So, yeah, right, before anything else, I guess I should jump in there. Apparently I'm the only one capable of leading an army. What happened to my commanders? Apparently Winton is the only one, and he's currently doing something else. I guess we'll put Wylus and Florian in there as well. I'm not going to currently give them any holding in here because, again, I want the prisoners, but I do want more commanders available to me. You're my treasurer and you're my spy master, so I don't want you guys leading armies. Are they heading north? They're going to beat me there, aren't they? No? No, they're not. And they're crushed. Okay. Cool. That's a good chunk of the gold that we just spent on that title, so that's nice. That puts us halfway toward victory. We can assault this holding, and that'll finish this relatively quickly, or we can just kind of wait it out. It shouldn't take very long either way. But Arrendell is now ours, or at least it will be very, very shortly. And so, I guess while we wait for this siege to finish, we can start looking through our court for somebody worthy of this title. Callan Raventree, who is my heir. Yeah, that's him. Apparently his wife is still alive, and they are married, so that's unfortunate. Oh, and they already have a... No, they don't have a child, that's right. That's from her previous husband. So he's still 15. His skills are not capped yet, but he's looking pretty decent so far. I guess I could give him the title. Oh, wait, no, he's already Lord of Weeping Bay, that's right. He's already Lord of Weeping Bay. I could give it to his brother. I could give it to Clay Raventree. That's certainly an option. I can't give titles to female characters, which is unfortunate because I would gladly give it to one of these three. Maybe if one of them marries somebody significant, I could give it to them, but I might just give it to my other nephew. But we definitely want the current heir to not be having children with this lady, because she is just awful. I'm surprised that this hasn't gone through yet. I should probably move my spy master, because she's no longer in High Point, is she? She would be in Weeping Bay with her husband, because that would make sense. So let's send him over there, and then we'll see if that increases our intrigue at all, because she's probably been there for a little while now. If he's 15 years old, they likely would have married at he would have married at 14. And it looks like, yeah, that brought us up about 9.5%. Let's see. My lord, for some time now, I've been in the employ of Lord Winton, but now I seek a better station. Who are you, Arthur? Yeah, I mean, I could use people with good martial skill. Apparently, I'm going to... Oh, he gains 20 gold and 10 prestige. I lose 20 gold. But anything to... stick it to Lord Harlan a little bit. Or sorry, not Lord Harlan, that's us. Lord Winton a little bit. And, I mean, he's a good character. He's arrived in my court. Obviously, we're going to make him a commander. Why did I click that tab? I meant this one. There he is. So we're going to appoint him there. And I guess we'll just finish this ourselves, but... We're going to use him, obviously, to command armies and things like that, because that's about all he's good for. Yeah, clap the rest in irons, or clap the main guy in irons and leave the rest. So that is the end of that. We'll offer peace and enforce our demands. Apparently he went to the Night's Watch. Okay. I was just going to kick you out of Arrendell, but, I mean, if that's what you want to do. Okay. So, we obviously have the option of giving this to one of our nephews. These guys are currently the equivalent of, like, mayors, so we don't want to do that. He's a storm singer, whatever that means. Oh, priest. Okay. Doss of Rhymegate. Just a regular old courtier. Mark is a prisoner. I don't recall who he is. Willard. A little bit too old. One of these guys is the son of... Well, they're both the son of Winton. He's the heir. He's Winton's heir. He's probably the younger brother. Wireless. You are a bit old. I wonder if I could arrange a marriage between you and somebody. Let's try between these two. If he could have children, I wouldn't mind giving him Arrendell. I don't want to have to risk losing it to whoever his heir would be. I assume it would be me. He has no family. Let's disband these guys while we're sitting here thinking about it. But I think he would be a good choice. Just because he was fairly loyal, wasn't he? Where did he go? Yeah, somewhat. And I mean, we don't really risk anything by giving him land. It's just, again, without knowing who his heir is going to be, I am a bit apprehensive. Let's see. Lady Paramount Lyanna of the Vale. High Lordship of the Bite from Lord Illyria. I don't know why that was such a hard name for me. Right. So she just stole a bunch of that lady's titles. I think I'm going to give it to Wireless. So I'll give you Arrendell. And let's see. I'm his heir, so that's good. And I assume it's going to stay that way unless he has children. In which case I'm fine with that. And it means I just don't have to reallocate it to anybody. So that is that. And now we're waiting for a claim in Breakstone, and we'll do the same thing there, and then obviously for all these. And that'll basically consolidate the north, like the northernmost part of the north, entirely under our rule, because basically everything north of the Dreadfort and like Kingsgrove and Ironwrath will be ours. It'll be basically here, and then like here. So, prove our strength. Yeah, you know what, fine. If we end up dying, I don't really care. I mean, honestly, I'd prefer he die before, again, this kid has... Oh, he already has a child. Huh. I don't know. At least it was a daughter. I'd prefer his heir not be of this line. Because I don't want, like, a gluttonous, greedy, zealous, selfish heir. That sucks. Well, we'll see what happens. There's still time. It's so disappointing that we failed that first assassination attempt. It's pretty rare that we failed. It's really Benjin. Dang. I'm surprised. Like at 52 and 43, they're still having children? Lonel Overton, huh? Well, I could actually give him some land. I might give him one of the, I mean, assuming he, A, survives, you know, growing up, and B, becomes a half-decent character, I might give him one of these territories, since I can't give it to his father because his father's lowborn. I did want to initially reward Benjin, but, again, he's lowborn, and so I don't recall if I could give it to his wife. But either way, this kid is an Overton and highborn, so I would be able to give him land. So that is something that we could certainly do later on. Let's jump in here. I'll defeat him. No. Yeah, we don't want you having children. Let's see. Cool, so we got an opening. We easily broke through. It's all over. I accept. I'm not going to kill anybody for no reason. Unless, of course, I have a reason to. Like, if it's somebody I hate, I'm not going to win this. I'm interested, though. What does his son think of me? No, I'm better off with him. Yeah, I'm better off with him being alive. I was thinking, like, oh, if we won by chance, it might be worth, like, knocking him out. Let's see. We slip up. He overwhelms our defense. I yield. He accepts. Okay. Wow, 50 prestige, really? That is brutal. And another 25. God, every time I click something on those events, I lose prestige. I think that is time for the day, so I'm going to break it off here. Again, we're going to continue to work on this territory over here, try to grab up as many of these as we can. Once we're done there, we'll start looking at these islands over here. And then when we've recovered our full strength, which we haven't quite done yet, what is our current 5,000? We'll eventually start looking at the Boltons here, but as it stands now, we don't have a chance of beating them, so we need to kind of regather our strength before we can do that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you. Don't forget to hit that like button or share your support in comments if you'd like to continue seeing Crusader Kings. Otherwise, again, I might move on to something else for a little bit. But otherwise, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.